Alright guys, welcome back. So we just fought Trickster Kismet at the Fun House and we beat her on normal, so now we're going to try on advanced. So I'd say it's worth getting villains for the extra environments, yes, because Magmaria and or all three of the environments, besides Temple of the Julong, are actually pretty interesting. Though you definitely want to watch out for Magmaria and Court of Blood if you're fighting against Kismet, simply because of inconceivable obstruction. But other than that, like they actually have pretty neat mechanics. The magma crystal mechanic in Magmaria actually it makes for some interesting play decisions. And then of course the carnival, as you saw, with all of its wonderful rule breakers, makes things interesting as well. Alright, so we're going to take Kismet to Freedom Tower this time, and then our team is not going to be a 3-man team. Absolutely not. Let's try that again. Do we want a 5-man team? No, I don't want to bring the Sentinels, because Kismet does nothing but AoE. Let's see here. Let's definitely want a good DPSer. Actually, let's bring Parse along, because Parse can mess with her deck really well. And let's bring along Prime Warden's Fanatic and Prime Warden's Haka, because Prime Wardens are absurd. Alright, so I think we've got our team. Let's get started. And we're doing Freedom Tower just because I don't want to deal with inconceivable obstruction. Like, at all. Ever. And what do we got? Imminent destruction right off the bat. Nothing happens. Well, everybody takes damage. Let's see. Use the power. Kismet deals that hero 1 psychic. We'll give it to Cosmic, because Parse has a very useful power. Oof. And more damage. That's true. The Freedom 5 versions of the Freedom 5 are pretty nutty. We'll give this to Parse. Parse is not going to be dealing that much damage this game, so she can take all the scattered mines. Give that to Parse. That one... Let's put that on Skyscraper. So she just dealt 20 damage to Haka in the first turn. Whew, that's a bit absurd, if you ask me. Alright, so let's give her the Resonator. And then draw some cards. Oh, actually, do I just want to End of Days to blow up all these Jinxes right off the bat? That might not be a bad idea. Do I have anything else that I really care about playing? Oh, I have Buffer Overflow. Okay. So, blowing up the Jinxes is actually not a viable plan at the moment. So, I think we'll just define focus. So, Skyscraper has you play 3 very different modes. She has her normal size, which is card draws, so to fill her hand for other 2 modes. Her tiny size, which is all about dumping links into play and redistributing them. And then her large side, which is basically just tanking and DPS. But the trick to playing her is to knowing when to switch between the different modes. And sometimes you don't really have the choice in the matter. Alright, let's go with Parse and flip her bottom card, which is Exploit Vulnerability. That is completely useless in this matchup. Oh, boy. Alright, let's pitch End of Days. and just start dealing damage. Get this buffer overflow into play. And give... let's see... Let's give Cosmic the play. So, put that into play. Oh, and Weak Heart's going to make him take damage. That's fine. Alright, let's get rid of Final Dive, because that's useless in this matchup. Well, not entirely, because I could use it to blow up Cosmic Constructs and throw them at her, but not really worth it. So let's give Augmented Ally to Parse, because what that does is it lets her discard a card to use a power, which lets her always make sure her base power is active. Then flip top card. Sure, put that into play, and we'll give that to Skyscraper. Alright, let's discard this Chastise. So, what is a weak heart? Kismet deals that hero 1 psychic when he uses a power. And he's taking +2 damage because he has the Talisman. Alright, we'll discard this. Stop. Do I want to use base power? I mean, I could use base power and pitch my entire hand to draw, or to regain 1 health, effectively. That seems really terrible. Or I could peek it. What is it? Lucky card enters play. 2 damage and regains 5 health. So we'll use the Talisman to make sure we don't have a Lucky coming up. Which was a good thing. Ugh. Like any of these. Alright, we'll put Glassjaw on top, Fortune Smile next, and then... Alright, pitch Absolution, tag Kismet for 2. We're not going to discard any more cards. Nope, we are not discarding Glassjaw. Ow. Alright, so now we can start getting rid of some of these cards. So let's get rid of the Weak Heart on Haka. No discard. So I get to discard a card to use a power. All my cards are normals. Well, that's fine, because that lets me blow up 2. So let's get rid of... Actually, I'm not gonna... Well, if I... Okay, so we'll get rid of Explosive Reveal to use base power to draw 2 cards. See if I draw... Okay, so that gets me a Tiny. So if I Tiny... Oh, that was... no, that's fine, that's fine. Because now I can use her base power to play 2 links. So we'll put Microassembler on Fanatic. And Rehabilitator on Kismet to lower some of her damage output. Get back to neutralizing Resonator. Skip. No to self-damage. And then draw back up to 6. Alright, now let's discard Updated Intel to use base power. Data mining will let me get rid of this Weak Heart on Captain Cosmic. And then I get to play the bottom card of... Let's go Haka's deck. Awkward. Very awkward. Alright, we'll play Gauge, and then look at Kismet's deck, make sure she has nothing dumb coming up. Let's see, first time lucky card. On turn, Kismet deals each hero and the target and talisman 2 psychic. There are 4 jinxes in play, so she's gonna deal. Okay, let's put that on the bottom. So I need to get rid of the talisman. So we'll give that to Haka. Sure, put that in play. So that's gonna deal... It's gonna blow up all my augmented allies. So that would give me 4 damage? It's not a lot. No. 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 And we'll just hit Kismet and the talisman. Stop dealing damage. Alright, we got a ground pound here. Yes, discard Punish the Weak and Haka of Battle. And then play the Haka of Restoration to regain a little bit of health. Let's see. Yeah, get rid of these. Keep Taiaha. And give Haka back 2 health. That was not a very impressive Haka of Restoration. No one's discarding their hand. We're keeping the security station. Ooh, mission control. That's actually really good. Nice, free snap decision. And a free cosmic weapon. Give that to Haka. Haka needs damage. Well, no. No, not really. Yes, we do not wish to see a karmic disjunction. That would be bad. And instead we get an imminent destruction. Thankfully, we have a ground pound out, so Kismet will not be dealing damage. Oh. Boo earns. Okay. Let's get rid of the aggression modulator, because that won't do anything. Get rid of Final Dive. Let's get rid of Reveal the Flaws. Sustained Influence and Haka of Shielding. Alright, highest HP will be Parse, because she's -1. And then she has to discard a card. So we'll discard the extra snap decision. Alright, and then we'll destroy Shaky Arm. And move all of them to Parse. Alright, so now I can go Proportionist, and we will play Debilitator on Kismet, and pull Modulator from the trash. And the next turn I'll switch her back to normal. Alright, now, let's see here. So I think we want to go Holy Nova, just to get a little bit of healing going. And then Resolute. So do I want Kismet to keep the talisman? Oh, Nevercross, thank you so much for the follow. I'm surprised you hadn't been following already. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and just hit Kismet. Ooh, Wrathful Retribution. That might be good as a finisher. Let's give Parse the play? Yeah, we'll give Parse the play. Use your base power, Parse. Ooh. That is a... You know what? That works. Alright, so who do we want to reveal cards from? Let's reveal cards from Cosmic's deck. So we get Autonomous Blade into play, and we'll give that to Parse, even though it really shouldn't. And then Potent Destruction, which is just going to blow up that Autonomous Blade. Yes. Put it back into play on Haka. And that lets me deal 5 damage straight to the dome. And now I get to play the bottom card of somebody's deck because Parse had to discard a card. So let's play the bottom card of Fnatic's deck, which is a Prayer of Retribution for 1 card. Alright. There's no point using Snap Decision. Ah! Really? No, oh, alright, hold on. Did not realize that it worked that way. Okay. So we'll just skip base power, discard recompile, put Syntactic Analysis to hand. Oh, I put that to the bottom. No, that's fine, because that means I can flip it with her power next turn. Alright, let's flip the bottom card of Skyscraper's deck. And we've got Colossal Left Hook. So that will... Oh, that will let me deal 1 damage to them with Proportionist. And then 3 damage to... And I get to discard a card. So let's discard Rest and Recover. Yeah, discard Rest and Recover to play Emergency Evac, which will blow up all my link cards, which is fine. And then I get to blow up 2 of... Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and put a Dynamic Siphon on Parse. And put that into play on Haka. Alright, so there goes the Ground Pound, but that's fine, because now we have Taiaha, and Taiaha is going to thwack the Talisman to put it back under our control. We'll have the Autonomous Blade shoot Kismet. We'll give it to Cosmic, and thwack Kismet for another 3. And a whole bunch of stuff gets put to the bottom. Oh, that screws up my Syntactic Analysis play. Actually, maybe not. And it's an inconceivable obstruction. Okay, so first things first. We're going to hit the Dynamic Siphon. This lets Parse use a power. So we'll put Between the Lines on the bottom of the deck. So we still know what the bottom of the deck, the bottom 2 cards of the deck. Everybody's going to be taking damage. There's nothing I can do about that. Ow. Okay, so let's see. So I get Thorathian Monolith. Yeah, that seems like the play. So with Thorathian Monolith, which will deal damage to Kismet and the Talisman. Then Concussive Clap to deal more damage, which all gets redirected to Skyscraper and Prevented. because of the Rathian Monolith. And that's why we did not give Skyscraper the Talisman, otherwise she would have just dealt herself like 10 damage. Okay, now we need... Let's see. So Parse does not have her... What is this? 1 damage? Okay, I could... Alright, here we go. So we're gonna Sanctifying Strike, hit the Dynamic Siphon on Parse. Oh, no. Oh, right, the Rathian Monolith. Never mind, that's not gonna work. So instead... I guess we just Brutal Censure and just keep dealing damage. Oh, Aegis is good. And another Aegis is even better. Alright, so we'll have Parse use her power. That will finally flip the syntactic... Or no, between the lines, that's right. Syntactic analysis will happen next turn. So we'll have... what does Haka have? We'll have Haka play... use his base power to play Tomoko and get that into play so that he can start protecting himself. Alright, now we've got... Okay, so we've got Snap Decision in effect. So let's discard Updated Intel to play Critical Multiplier. Recompile. Get rid of Quick Calculation. Give the bonus damage to Haka. Impossible Shot, give it to Haka. And Impossible Shot, give it to Haka. Draw a butt ton of cards. And then we will use base power and give... let's peek at Fanatic's deck. Oh. Well, we'll play Undaunted. And then play Smite the Transgressor, which will deal 2 more damage to Kismet. And then let her use her base power once again, tagging Skyscraper for 1. And final dive. Cosmic doesn't have anything. Alright, we will destroy the Dynamic Siphon to deal 2 damage to Kismet. And then give a power back to Cosmic, who will fabricate an Energy Bracer on himself. And then we will play the bottom card of Cosmic's deck, which will be a Potent Disruption. Sure, we'll just destroy that Energy Bracer and deal 5 damage to Kismet. So many cards entering play and leaving play. Alright, it's Harsh Offensive. And deal a whopping 2 damage. That goes to hand. Alright, so... yeah, we'll lead off with a Haka Restoration. Discard the second Haka. And gain one whole health. So sad. Alright, we'll use base power and just, or rather, cosmic weapon power. And tag Kismet for a bunch. That is the most likely result of this scenario, is that we're planning on doing. Assuming we survive the next couple rounds. Alright, 2 left feet. I'll give that to Fanatic. Are there any link? There are no links in play. Okay. So we were going to Linking Incursion. Switch to small. And we've got Compulsion Canister. Sure, we'll put that in play on Kismet. And that flips the talisman back to her. So that could be potentially bad. Play 2 link. I only have 1 link to play, which is that, which just gets moved to the trash. And then we'll take the Resonator back. And the Assembler. Okay, so now we need to... Well, we need to get the talisman back. So we'll Sanctifying Strike. Actually, I might not need to it. If I can get 20 damage on Kismet, I might actually be able to finish her off this turn. So we'll have Parse use Processing for data mining. Oh, data mining's good. And get rid of the 2 left feet that was on her. And we'll also get rid of Entry Point. Alright, now we'll discard this extra gauge, give Haka a boost, and then recompile. Discard number 1, discard number 2, and oh, I had an extra critical multiplier. You know what? Back up. Start of turn. Did not see the second critical multiplier. That changes things. So let's get rid of this. On Haka. Might not need to Wrathful Judgment or Wrathful Retribution after all. Especially if we're just going to be boosting the crap out of Haka's next damage. Well, Haka is now +7 to his damage, so... Data mining gets rid of 2 left feet, so all the jinxes are gone. And sure, Haka, play the bottom card of your deck. No, we are not discarding 2 cards. Okay, so... I think at this point we just want to slam as much damage as possible. Oh, 4 is not bad. Sure. We can get rid of the Vitality Conduit and deal another 3 damage. Alright, we've almost got her. We've almost got her. Ooh, yeah. Smash! And 2 more for good measure. We got her. We got her. Okay. That went significantly better than the first normal Kismet, or normal Trickster Kismet fight. So that was Trickster Kismet on Advanced. Granted, I did kind of cheat by taking her to an environment with 0 targets in play to completely blank one of her most annoying cards. But that still got really scary at times. Alright guys, that is unfortunately going to be it for me for tonight. However, I will be back to the normal streaming schedule of Thursdays. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next... No, absolutely not. Anyway, I'll see you guys later this week. Have a good one.